gentlemen, for those who don't know me, I'm Paul, Nicola's father, Dad. And on behalf of Pat and I would like to welcome you all here today to celebrate the marriage of our daughter Nicola and Lee. Gemma, if you think you were nervous today, you haven't seen nothing yet.
I'm so surprisingly.
As father of the bride, it's my privilege to make the first speech. I wish somebody would tell me something like that. This is the third time in the last hour I've got up a warm seat with a bit of paper in my hand. I read on the internet when I was going into this that it says that whatever you do, don't drink too much before you do the speech. Well, I'm afraid to say it's too late. I've been to a bar with Keith and Ian, and anybody that knows Keith and Ian, they're animals. I'm just glad I didn't go with Don. Well, I'm glad I'm just paving the way for our star speakers tonight, the groom and the best man. I know they're itching to get up. See Lee there chomping at the bit. This is a very happy day for us. The old saying is exactly right. We haven't lost a daughter, we have gained a son-in-law, and it's a pleasure to welcome you and your family, Lee. Thank you. Pat and I are very proud of Nicola. Being Nicola's dad, I have many memories of her when she was a baby. No.
You're not voting with me?
When she was born in St Mary's Hospital in, I think Bramley, wasn't it? Yeah.
1976.
The midwife came over to me, she held Nicola up and she says, "Oh, she looks just like her dad." And then she realised she was holding her upside down. Never forgive her for that. On a serious note, when Nicola was at nursery school, she entered a fancy dress competition. I'm sure you remember that, no doubt, will you? She was 3 or 4, something like that. She went as Miss World. She won. A picture and story was in the local paper, the Rothwell Advertiser. That was her first claim to fame. Looking at her today, if she entered the real Miss World competition, she would win hands down. I'll always remember Nicola coming into me one day, you know, little wobbly legs, weeing all over the carpet, slipped down my shirt. She'll never forget her 18th birthday. Well, I'm sure there's Gemma, Claire, Sharon, there's Eleanor, there's a few here, Michelle, Jane. They can all vouch for that, I'm sure.
They've all done it themselves.
When I saw Nicola for the first time today in a bridal gown, I was totally speechless. She looked, as she does now, absolutely stunning. We've always been proud of Nicola. We could not have asked for a more caring and good-natured daughter. She's kind, generous. She would do anything for anybody. And I could go on, I guess, as any father could. We knew someday she would meet somebody, fall in love, get married, fly the nest and have a family. Well, Nicola's done all that. Not in that order. I'm just going to say to Lee, look after her for us. Today you've married a very special lady. Thank you. And all normally today would be the happiest day in their lives, but for Nicola and Lee, this isn't true. Because 2 years ago, they had a baby, Holly, and that was a very special day. Pat and I are very lucky. I know all grandparents say this, but we have two of the most beautiful grandchildren in the world, in Ellie and Dolly.
I'm not any better.
And I would like to thank Mark and Jane and Nicola and Lee for that. They give us great pleasure. It's nice when they go home. It's it, Linda, you know. But we love them. Lee, I'd just like you to welcome you into our family. Also your mum and dad and Josh and Sam. Lee is a caring lad, loving, hard-working, intelligent, informed on most subjects, apart from football. I've managed to convert Holly. Holly, I know you did this at rehearsals, but I bet you don't know now, so you just woke up. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds! Leeds, Leeds, Leeds! She did it at rehearsals, but
Well done, Holly.
I know rightfully his parents are very proud of him, and I'm very pleased to welcome him as a son-in-law. I would just like to say a special thank you to my wife Pat. I know these last 12 months have been very hard. She put some very hard work into the last 12 months. You know, planning of today's event. So I'd just like to say to my wife and lover, I hope... Just a minute. I hope they never meet. No, seriously, Pat, thank you. The only downside to all of this is that tonight I'll be going to bed with a mother-in-law. But a very lovely mother-in-law, I hasten to add. Some brownie points there, isn't there? Yeah, Thursday for the next 3 weeks. I was doing a bit of research about weddings. I read a book that stated that there are 3 key elements to a successful wedding day. They are the aisle, the longest walk you'll ever take, the altar, the place where two become one, and the hymn, the celebration of the marriage. Now, I think our Nicola must have read the same book. I'm sure she did. Because I heard her mumbling recently, I'll alter him, I'll alter him. I went upstairs this morning and I went to the bedroom and I could hear a noise from the bag. It's saying, help me, help me. I looked all around, Pat's handbag. I looked in and I heard it again, help me. I looked in her purse and there's a credit card there, absolutely knackered. Remember, Lee, a man is not complete until he finds a wife. Then he's finished. I know the groom and best man will cover this, but I feel I must give a brief mention to the bridesmaids. I think everybody will agree that they all look absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
So, my last page is gone, so what happens
You didn't cry, Paul. At least you didn't cry.
Well, the cake's in tears.